Hi friends, welcome back. Today we're talking about doing the line of best fit in Desmos. So you're going to want to hang in there with me because I'm going to show you the easy way to do this instead of having to do it all by hand. You'll see that I have a set of data here that I've already plotted out on a graph for us. When we try and find the line of best fit by hand, we try and use a straight edge and find a line that goes through as much of this data as possible. And you can get a good estimate that way. However, like graphically and mathematically speaking, there is a line for all when we're doing these that is the best fit, and that's the one we want to get, and we're going to use Desmos to find that for us. Before we dive into Desmos, what you're going to do is I want you to write this part down. It's y sub 1, and then you use this little squiggly thing. I wish I knew the official name of it, but we're going to call it the squiggly thing. It's on the left-hand side of your keyboard above your tab button all the way at the top, and then you have a x sub 1 plus b. So the reason we write it like this is because we're saying we're going to be inserting a table. And so this says, hey, go to table 1 and pull the y, and go to table 1 and pull the x, and then give us and return this information. You'll see that it looks like y equals mx plus b. If when you're working in Desmos you get an error here, I guarantee you put an equal sign instead of the squiggly thing, because I have done that so many times that I'm sure you'll make the same mistake. So how do we use Desmos with this information? Okay, so what you're going to do is, let me switch screens here for you. When you go out to Desmos, whoa, there, let's try fixing that. So you got to Desmos, it looks like this. I know that's really small. I'll zoom in just a second. But I want you to see that if we go out desmos.com, you'll see the big button in the center that says Graphing Calculator. Go ahead and click on that. If you can find your mouse. There we go. And the first thing that you're going to do is, you see that plus button in the left-hand side there. We're going to hit plus and then table. Let me zoom in a little bit on that so you can see. So you see that plus sign? That's a little too big, my bad. Plus sign here, you're going to hit plus, and then you're going to do table, and you're going to enter in that table of information that we just saw that I had on my screen. And then when you get to entering the table, you're going to, let me scroll down here. So after I've entered the table, like you can see here, you'll see that it puts these green dots on the screen. Then what you're going to do is you're going to go down to the second one, and you're going to type out, just as we said, y sub 1. Now to do the sub, you're doing the underscore, which is, so you do shift underscore, which is right next to your 0 above your P key on your keyboard. And then you have to arrow over and do the little squiggly thing. If you don't arrow over, it ends up looking like this. So you can see that it looks like this, where it's like, right, do you see it's right next to the 1, and then I get that error with the exclamation point. So you have to arrow over in order to get that. So this is what it looks like. So when we do this, and actually we'll do it together so that you can see. So you've got y, oh, don't do that. That's way too far. Let's try that again. So we've got y underscore, so shift underscore 1, arrow over, use the shift squiggly line, ax underscore 1, shift over, otherwise it'll mess it up, and then hit plus b. Okay, so when we enter it in like this, now if I scroll down a little bit, you'll see that the parameters say a is 6 point, we're gonna round to the nearest 10th, 6.8. So let's take that information back to my board here. A is approximately 6.8, and B is approximately 18.4. Okay, and so that information now, if we go back over to our table here, this information, the line of best fit here would be then y equals 6.8x plus 18.4. So instead of we use an A here instead of an M for our slope, but that's what the A represents. And so that's all you have to do in order to find the line of best fit without having to go through and find, a potential slope and then use these points and find the equation that way. So hopefully that helps, and we'll see you next time. If you have any questions, leave them below. We'll see you next time.